What's up guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing things that I have learned the hard way about horses and the equestrian world. First of all, I would like to apologize for the lighting in here. I don't really have a great place to film, so I'm next to the window because the lighting is better, but then the rest of my room is kind of darker, and I'm sorry you have to see this awkward wall. I'm literally filming in front of a 2-foot wall. Some of these are probably gonna be like, Kelly, of course this is something you learn. This isn't they aren't crazy things. They're pretty relatable. I hope. So, number one, you cannot rush anything. I cannot stress that enough with training or riding, anything. It could be leading your horse to the stall, you know? Don't rush it, because it will go wrong. There's nothing you can do to make that go right if you try to rush something, because they get confused, you get confused, then everybody gets mad. Especially in the training aspect, you cannot rush anything, because if you rush it, the horses are just not gonna get it. You're gonna get frustrated, you're gonna get discouraged and be like, can't train horses, you know? Just can't do it. But yeah, don't rush it. Say you go out one day, you're like, okay, I'm gonna teach my horse how to smile today. Be like, oh, everybody else can do it in 15 minutes. Your horse might take a week to do it. You guys will see it in my How to Teach Your Horse to Ride Tackless video that should be up hopefully soon. I will be explaining more why you should not rush anything, because I tried to take Geronimo to the next step way before he was ready, and we ended up finding out that he has a little bit of a bolting issue, so that video is kind of on hold. We're going to correct that and then get back to it. You're really just putting yourself in a bad situation that if you had taken your time you wouldn't be in. So yeah, never, ever, ever rush your horse into anything. Number two, know what you are buying. I know this could go for anything, not just horses, but really do your research on what you're getting, because you might get something that just does not work for you. My example is going to be my neck ropes, because the first one I got is made and designed by the trainer Goodnight. I don't know if you guys have heard of her, but she has a TV show and everything. And I was like, oh, this would be great. She trains horses. She knows exactly what she's doing. Now, I'm not saying that I don't like this neck rope. This is it. It's I don't know if I'm just gonna focus. It is it's braided. And it can come apart, so it's just a rope. There's literally no loop in it. And then you can put it through. And it's a neck rope. The thing, her plan for this was you could put it on your horse, use it like a neck rope, or you can use it as kind of a lasso type thing and lead your horse. My problem with it is when you ride, you still have this hanging off, and to hold it, it's really bulky in your hands, and this material just doesn't, it bends, but it's not overly comfortable in your hands. I don't know, it's good for what it is, but I didn't really realize when I ordered it exactly what I was getting into. So, what I got recently is this neck rope, which I am actually in love with. I got this is turning into a tack haul, but trust me, it all comes back together. It's from Chestnut Horse Designs on Instagram. You guys should follow her. I'll put her link down in the description to her Instagram and her Etsy. I highly recommend her. Anyway, I love this neck rope because it's the polycore. It's pliable. Here's the difference. I hold this thing like that. That's uncomfortable. This one, I hold and it fits my hands. But the difference when I bought these is I looked into this, knew that this is what I actually wanted to get. This ended up being a lot cheaper. But yeah, really look into what you're buying. The hard part with having that first neck rope as my first neck rope is it was a lot more uncomfortable. And especially if you're doing something for the first time, you want it to be comfortable for both you and your horse. I always felt bad really using that neck rope because I felt like the braided material would be uncomfortable. Where this is just kind of like a lead rope material, just thinner. I just can't stress that enough. Not only for quality, you want to know what you're buying so that you know that it's going to work for you and your horse. I mean, obviously there are times where you buy something and think, oh, this is going to be great, and it ends up not working. Read reviews, do all of that. Like, I get it, this is all stuff that could apply to anything that you're buying, but horse stuff especially if it comes to like safety reasons, like helmets and everything, know what you're buying. You don't want to go in and buy a helmet see a helmet that's like 30 bucks. They're never that cheap. But we're just gonna say that they're 30 bucks. And be like, oh, great deal, you know? It's not gonna be the same as a $150 to $400 helmet. I'm not saying, oh yeah, go out and buy the expensive ones. I'm just saying, know what you're buying, especially when it comes to something with horses, because there are 1,000-pound animals and they can kill you. So know what you're getting into and know what will and won't work for you. So yeah, on to the next one. Okay, number 3. I have to go fast because my battery's almost dead. Number 3 is, if you're going in to ride or if you're going to train, whatever it is, do not go in thinking that it's gonna go well. I mean, obviously you want to be like, yeah, it's gonna go great. You have confidence in yourself. But at the same time, if you go in and you're either having a bad day or your horse is having a bad day, don't get frustrated about it. You can't just go in and think automatically that everything's gonna go well. You're in a great mood, the horse is in a great mood. You know, you can't do that. Because sometimes you go in and your horse is just tired. They don't want to do anything. So there are days where you go in and you realize that, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna step back, we're gonna work tomorrow. They don't want to do this. But don't go in thinking it's gonna go well and it doesn't, and then get discouraged. Because there have been multiple times where I've done that and I'm like, okay, the horse doesn't want to do this, so why keep doing it? I'm just gonna give up. But if you really think about it, a horse doesn't really want to do anything. They just want to sit out there and sleep all day. That's what they like to do. So it's just, you know, they have to learn that you have to work. I mean, horses, obviously there are horses that enjoy their job. I'm not saying, oh my gosh, you ride your horses. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, if your horse is having a bad day, be okay with it. Like, don't go out and be like, yeah, this is gonna go great. Because it might not. Honestly, probably 60% of the time it doesn't go as planned. Sometimes that makes it end up, sometimes it goes better in the long run. It kind of goes back to the whole don't rush your horse thing. Just kind of take everything in stride. Just be like, okay, they're not happy today. We're not gonna work on it today. We'll come back to it and redo it. So if your horse is in a bad mood and it's like, oh, they don't like this, they're not gonna catch on, just don't do that. Just think of a new way to train it. If it's just time and time again, they are not getting it, find a new strategy to teach that. Really, plan your training around your horse. Do not watch like a YouTube video and go, that seems like the only way to do it, because it's probably not. You can take things from a completely different idea of training and apply it to something simple, really. This one kind of goes hand in hand with the last one on don't expect everything to go well, but it is plan around your horse, not yourself. I mean, obviously there are times where you have to work on yourself and it's like, okay, the horse has this down, just let me get it. But don't go in thinking, well, this is how every other horse learns, so this is how my horse is going to learn, because that might not be true. Horses tend to kind of work all the same. You know, I mean, it's kind of like people. But at the same time, everybody has their own personality. Your horse might not learn like every other horse. You have to go in and definitely, like, I'm not saying don't go in educated. Like, watch things, read things, talk to people, do all these different things to know how to properly teach your horse whatever you're trying to teach them, but also be open to have to change and adapt to your horse. When I was training Ivy to drive, which obviously we were still in the process of that, but I went in, I had watched multiple videos and read books and talked to people about teaching a horse how to drive. I was like, okay, this will be no big deal, really, you know. There are so many people that have trained a horse how to drive. But I went in and realized that she just didn't put 2 and 2 together like other horses did. Like other horses, it seemed like you kind of got behind them and they're like, okay, time to go. But you have to realize, especially when you watch like a show or you watch a YouTube video, most people take out the bad parts. That people don't show you what's really happening. And you have to kind of see how your horse is reacting and be like, okay, I have to adjust to how they understand things. It might, like, for Ivy, I really had to incorporate kind of like liberty principles in a way. Kind of the, like, obviously everybody knows add pressure, the horse moves away, but like, just the way I had to communicate with her, it was very vocal. She's very much, she needs encouragement the whole time, and that's really how she is with Liberty too. You have to be really open to that, because you will watch people on Instagram or YouTube or anything and be like, oh, this is how they do it, this is how their horse learns. They're all different. They're all different. I mean, obviously you have like your baseline, but really, listen to your horse. Do not just think about your own goal. Like, as you guys saw in my barn vlog, I've been trying to get Ivy to rear on command for 2 or 3 years now, and she just did it. Like, am I saying that's probably an exaggerated, like, that's longer than really anybody else takes to do it? Yeah, but it's what worked for us. So it's really just, you want training, whether it's riding or like Liberty or whatever it is, or just groundwork, just anything with your horse. You want everybody to be happy with it. I mean, obviously there are going to be things that the horse just doesn't like, which that happens with everything. Equestrians need to realize that it's not really about us, it's about the horses. That's obviously why we're in the sport, but like, we need to grow as riders, obviously. But the horse is the one that can't understand what we're telling them, you know? Like, you can go to a trainer and they're like, okay, heels down, you know, whatever it is. But you can't just tell a horse like, oh hey, I need some more from you. They're not gonna get that. You have to really train with them. I feel like with horses it's easy to be like, okay, I need to improve, which obviously all of us need to improve, we're always improving. But the focus really needs to be on the horse. It can't really just be us, it needs to be the horse. So yeah, there's that one. My last tip, trick, thing, point, I don't know what to call it. My last point is, if you can go and see a product in person, do it. Even if you're going to like go back and order it online because it's a better deal or whatever, fine. But I highly recommend going to actually see the product. Like, obviously, again, this goes for really everything in life. But with horses, everything is so expensive. It is so expensive to be in the horse world. Like, I'm not sitting here like, oh, I'm a rich person. No, that's not true. I have horses, I'm not rich. If you look at like a saddle or something, if you can see it in person and feel it and test it and everything, that is great. Or like SmartPack or something, get one of their test saddles and then test it out for like a week. Because you don't want to make a big buy without really knowing what you're getting into. Being able to see it in person, be like, okay, yes, I like the quality, or no, I don't like the quality, is really helpful. Because online it's like, oh yeah, it looks great, but you have to remember they're trying to sell it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this video. It seemed like something you guys really wanted to see, because on Instagram, if you were from Instagram, then you obviously already know. If you're not, you can follow me on Instagram. All my social medias are linked in the description. Hopefully you're already warned about all this stuff. If you had not thought about these, then I hope I helped. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more of me and the horses. Okay, I know the next video is going to have better lighting than this, because it's going to be outside. Because this is awful. This is really bad.